So before I became a wedding planner, I had so many different roles. And it started off, I was trained to be a professional dancer. And then it wasn't until I got to university that I started to realise, actually, maybe not the style of dance. I probably chose the wrong place of study. But for some reason, there was something else that was just saying, you're drawn to something else, you're drawn to something else. And I didn't know what it was. So once I decided that I wasn't going to get a particular role within the West End, I was like, okay, you can be an estate agent, follow my passion. So I tried estate agency, and again I realized that everyone in that industry, not everyone, but everyone that I'd come across, kind of stumbled into the role. It's so I thought, well, I can't go back to be a performer now. It's just too late. My body's not built the same anymore. So I will look at teaching. But before I went into teaching, myself and my husband, we started our own little startup enterprise company, which was for showcasing small businesses in our local area. But then we didn't know what to do with it and how to make it bigger. And we just kind of just paused and went back to our normal daily duties, normal jobs. And I then decided to start teaching. In fact, during that time when I was still working as an admin and planning that event, I'd planned my wedding. And I'd planned my manager's wedding when I was working in the estate agency as an admin. But my manager at the time was like, you should be a wedding planner, like you should actually do this. And I just thought, well, I've always joked that I've wanted to be a wedding planner, you know? And then she was like, no, seriously, you're really good at this and you're able to manage like your actual job with planning a wedding, so I think you should look into it. You're wasting your time sat behind me, basically. So COVID hit, and then everyone decided to do their online learning, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna do some online learning. And then I was just thought, but I don't want to just take up anything that I've never wanted to do before. And then my husband was like, well, what about wedding planning? You've always wanted to do that. And I was like, yeah, but just because I planned my wedding doesn't mean I'll be good at planning weddings with other people. And then he was like, okay, well, try out the course. And then it was that's when the Event School London came up on a Facebook advert, and I thought, okay, that's strange, but I left it for ages. And then the Wedding Academy second one, they came up, and I chose the Event School London after toing and froing for like months, because it was the online online sessions with you, Siobhan, and it was literally just something that I knew I needed, especially from coming from teaching in a classroom to then saying, actually, I need that accountability. I need somebody to be able to guide me, answer those questions, support me the whole way through. Just like no other, basically. And the fact that I could do that whilst having 3-month-old my arms whilst the sessions were happening, and parents were home to support. So literally it just so happened to have just the opportunity fell into my lap. I don't know how it was affordable for me at the time, but it was, and because I was a student obviously then, and literally it was just like eye-opening, and I thought, oh my god, I can actually do this. And I felt like I could do it before actually doing a real professional wedding, and that's just because of all of the information that was like you provided for us, which was so amazing, and like all the networks and that I was able to build that connection with just from being on those sessions, and helps you get that that step into the industry. Yeah, it was so valuable. So that's what I was doing before, and